Maybe it will work this time. Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Hear me, yes, hopefully. Tell me you can hear me. Yay, it's working, woohoo! Okay, let's see, let's get her on. Oh no, it's being strange again. All right, Debbie, where are you? Ooh, guys, why does social media have to be so tricky? For those of you, hi Mike, hey Ashley. For those of you guys who were on before, me and Deborah Silverman were having an amazing conversation about astrology, and then something happened, and now she's gone. She's just gone. She's left. But she was explaining all this light is crazy. All of these bits about how, you know, where the stars are today, and kind of like her take as an astrologer on this light is so crazy on how, you know, this time and how we could be using this time. And then she started telling me about Taurus because it's a sign I don't really understand. So that's what was happening. That's why I'm on this thing. And I'm trying to get her to come back on to talk because she's kind of the best, but I think she's ignoring me, and I think she is having an iced tea or something. Hi, Joey. So anyway, now I'm just talking to you guys by myself, and this is, you know, this is weird. I hope you're all good. What do you do on an Instagram Live when you're by yourself? I hope that, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna talk about my friends who are on this while Deb comes up. My friend Mike is on here right now, I think, and he's like the greatest trainer of all time. And you should go over to his Instagram page. I'm gonna put his little @ handle because he is doing all of these really cool things at the moment to encourage people. Mike, I hope that's your thing. To encourage people who are at home to stay fit and active and have fun. And so you should go to his Instagram page because he's rad. This is a lot of stress, man. This is a lot of stress. Okay, well, while we wait for Deb, my friend Joey is on here. Jaya. Oh gosh, this is just okay, I think I'm just gonna sign off because now I'm feeling a little bit of stage fright and somebody's sending some inappropriate things about their bodies. Yeah, Deb's gone, so I'm gonna pop off, and maybe if I get her later, we'll come back on and we'll keep shooting the shit about the stars and the moon and all the fun things up there, all the things to explore. Guys, if you have any yummy recipes, will you send them to me? Because I'm getting so bored of beans and rice, and I need to eat something other than just beans and rice all day. That's that. To say goodbye, I'm going to show you a photo of my dog, because he's just so cute. Say goodbye. Say what up, everybody. Look, he kind of has like this little built-in crown. I think it's very cute. Okay. I'm going to try one more time for Deb if she's not here. Oh my gosh, she's here. Okay. We made it. We made it. Deborah, you better answer my call. Oh, good. Oh, gosh. We did it.
That is the
Yay.
best.
And we can hear you. Okay.
And you know, and I was just thinking, Shay, while you were gone, that was really frustrating. But
that was intimidating, actually. It was intimidating.
You know what I heard you say, and it's so true?
What?
What if I were you, and this is what I'd ask me. Being that I'm in my 60s.
If you were me, or if you were just anybody other than
anybody. If you were anybody. If I met someone in her mid-60s, I'd say, what do you wish you would have known that could give us a cheat sheet? Go ahead, ask me.
Okay. Deborah, a woman in her mid-60s, what do you know that you could give us as a cheat sheet?
I wish that I would have known that time was on my side. I always felt like I was rushing. I always felt like I was under the gun. Like I had to, like, Deborah, if you don't get this done, and if you don't get this done, and I wish somebody would have said, this is Taurus. I wish somebody would have said to me, you're going to be so happy at the end of this movie if you would just slow down.
And by movie, you mean life.
Thanks,
Just
Shay.
to clarify, since you're talking to an actor, it could be confusing. Just to clarify.
So one thing would be, if I had an angel that would have slipped a little message in my ear and said, don't feel bad that you're not going to get done what you think you're here to do. And if they would have like signed it and said, I promise you, you're going to finish your purpose here and do it well and not have to rush, I would have been like, what? So make sure you walk slowly. Make sure that you enjoy.
I like to run, so I'm not going to walk slow. But I think what you're trying to say is be slow, right? Just like slow it down a little bit. Have fewer maybe expectations. Be a little bit more present. Is this what you mean?
100%. You're so cute. I'm not walking slow, she said. Like, forget about it.
Come here, buddy. Yeah.
But that's what this moment in time is it's giving us wisdom of the elders, which was no one was rushing around. This would be Aquarius. We're talking about changing the story.
Cool.
How about you guys, we slow it down a little bit?
Yeah.
How about we realize that even when your mind does not believe it's true, every love affair that breaks, that starts, every person that you meet that leaves, every one of those is being orchestrated by someone you can't see, said the astrologer. Now, you don't have to believe in astrology to know that the way I met Shailene was our destiny lines came together, and we couldn't have made that happen. And as soon as you meet one of those people, if you're going slow enough, you go, oh my God, I feel something.
Right. And you're just in complete like awe and gratitude for this soul that has entered your life that seems to somehow speak a similar language.
And if you were patient, really patient, if you had eldership and you were an older woman, I always had this image, you're going to love this, that I would end up being in a rocking chair. And I don't know why I always saw myself as a farmer, because it was a male image, but he was sitting in a rocking chair and he had so much comfort because he'd seen feast and famine so many times that he knew it was all going to work out.
Yeah.
You believe me?
I do. I mean, it's a concept that's, you know, probably hard to understand. I'm also really distracted because my dog is eating leaves.
Is that bad?
I don't know. Why do they do that? Why do dogs eat leaves?
We're going to get an answer here in just a minute. Can I go back to the wisdom?
Yes. Go back to your wisdom. Go back to your wisdom.
The dog eats leaves. You know what that is? That's so Taurus. They love the earth.
Maybe he's just hungry because I haven't fed him yet. Okay, go back. Okay, as a woman in her mid-60s, I'm gonna ask another question. What is one thing you think that we could do in our world today to bring a little bit more peace in our own hearts? You know, like
the one word that I live with every day since I was young, and I think you have it too, is faith. And it doesn't require religion, and it doesn't require astrology, but it does require the elements. Like, do you know? Do you trust? Like, tell me what you know for sure, Shailene. What do you know for sure about Shailene?
That I know nothing. One thing I know for sure is that I know nothing, and I will never fucking know anything. And that every single time I think I know something, it's hilarious.
Wow.
I think that's the only thing I can say with certainty.
Okay, well, that's a good beginning.
What are you doing, crazy?
That was very zen of you.
Well, it's true. I mean, every time that I think I know something, that's when I realize that I need to kind of humble myself. This light is so aggressive. I don't know what to do about it. I feel like, you know, one of the greatest things that we could be doing in our world is living with more humility, but it's a hard thing to accomplish when we're so busy and distracted all the time. Okay, listen, I feel like we've strayed from astrology. Let's go back to astrology. What do people want to know about astrology?
That's so cute. Remember last time what we did? We went through all 12 signs and I acted like a maniac. Can
you imagine Deborah and I stuck together for like a week at Burning Man? It happened once.
And I had to follow her around because I couldn't figure out the directions. Where was I? I kept saying.
It's so much better. Yeah. Okay. Questions about astrology.
According to my astrologer, there'll be worse events after May 12th.
What about Virgo?
Okay, let's talk about Virgo. Okay. Virgo is the part of you that just fixed the lights. Virgo is the part of you that has to have it right. It's going to rhyme. Virgo is the part of you that loves the way you eat. And if it's not right, you're like, excuse me, take this back.
Little
Virgo,
OCD.
what was that?
Little OCD.
Little OCD. Virgo is Mother Teresa. She gave selflessly and never cared if she got paid because she just loved to give. How about that?
Okay.
Virgo is the part that looks in the mirror and tweezes all those little.
What? All those little what?
You know, whenever there's anything on your face, that's a Virgo.
Virgo's the one that looks in the mirror and tweezes all those little.
I didn't know what to say. I wanted.
Oh, there you are.
I did not go anywhere.
Okay,
Virgo is the part that looks in the mirror and criticizes the shit out of you. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, how about Libra?
Libra is the part that loves love, the hopeless romantic that was so happy when I saw your face today. I'm Libra rising. That just thinks everything about this life that they like is the best and the sweetest, and they love colors, and they look at the world and they're like, oh, it's so pretty. And you're like, that's dippy. And then they're like, I think it's so pretty. And they have this incredibly easy personality that is so dippy at times that it's a little bit superficial. But I love Libra because look at the green. Look at our leaves. That's very Libra.
This.
That exquisite color green. You know what it makes me want to do? Smell it. It won't work. She's so good. Look at her.
The pathos. These plants don't smell. Okay. How about, oh guys, look. Remember this book?
Oh.
Okay. How about Aries?
Oh my God, why are you talking about Aries again? I thought we finished this already. This is so stupid. Why are we even talking about astrology like this? Let's get on with what really matters in this life, and that is me. Aries is about getting energy. I was supposed to go out for a bike ride before I saw you, Shailene. I was getting my energy up. I'm going to get physical. I'm going to get direct, and I'm going to get excited. I make sounds. Let's do it.
So that's Aries.
Strong, physical, male, assertive, don't take shit from anybody, and gets in trouble because people get mad at them.
Right, because sometimes I was in a relationship with an Aries. It was not a healthy relationship. My dad is an Aries. I know Aries, one of my best friends is an Aries. I know Aries male energy quite well, and I feel like it was harder for me when I was younger, but now I love it. There's just this sort of like don't give a fuck thing about Aries that I really admire.
Especially Aries women. They are so strong, and they don't need anyone.
Yeah.
I always bark when I say Aries.
What about Leo?
You tell me about Taurus. What's stuck that I told you about Taurus earlier?
That they just want to be home in comfy pajamas and eat ice cream all day. Like, basically, I'm a fucking Taurus. Why did you never tell me? I don't even have one damn planet of Taurus in my chart.
The funniest. Don't push anything, Deborah. Stop. No,
okay.
Because inside every Scorpio is a Taurus, by the way. Just write that down.
Can we talk about something that you're going to say, oh, you want to talk about that because you're a Scorpio? And if there's any kids on here, I'm just going to give your parents and you fair warning. We're going to talk about a subject called sex. How does that relate to all of the signs? Because I always think that's really interesting. I know every time I meet somebody in my past, I've shown you their charts. Now I can kind of check it out myself. But you'd be like, oh, yeah, you guys would be very sexually, in alignment with one another. That's the most sterile way of talking about intimacy. But, so when it comes to intimacy, not even just sex, but like the way that we relate to ourselves sensually, sexually, what are the signs relationships with that?
Well, it's funny you say that because that's one of, by the way, you need to know this. Inside of every Scorpio is a Taurus because it's your opposite sign.
Right. 6 months apart.
And the thing about Taurus and Scorpio is they're the most sensual. No one said that about Taurus. They're very delicious. So is your question astrologically how to describe sex, or is your question?
No, I think I know how to describe sex. I'm the sun and the moon come together. No, my question is more about, what are some things that I think can help liberate us? We all have different relationships with our bodies, right? And there's so much sexual trauma in the world, and there's so much disease when it comes to sexuality because of experiences we've had when we were younger or growing up in a society that praises porn. And so what is I don't really know what I'm asking, except that I know, like, you know, one thing that you've told me about how like Scorpios relate to sexuality has helped me in my life. Like, how do all the different signs kind of relate to sexuality from your point of view that could maybe help us feel more liberated and more comfortable with ourselves and our bodies?
Great question. I think the first question you're asking is, how do we get comfortable with our animal? And that has to occur before anyone, no matter what sign you are. If you can't accept the human dimension, this is the opposite of Aquarius. This is like the quintessential human, lowest denominator of the human condition, operates in the unconscious mind, which rules the urge to want to be connected. The bottom note of this conversation, Miss Scorpio, is we are all suffering from loneliness. And without really being seen and touched, we really get cranky.
How are you gonna say kinky? Yeah, so that's what that without being seen or touched, we were really getting kinky. That's what I want to know about. You know, that's what I want to talk about. Maybe it's that more than sexuality. I just there's such a disconnect, I feel, for so many people when it comes to relating to our own bodies before we can relate to anyone else. And I feel like astrology can help somehow with that.
It's definitely true. It's what you're describing is Mars energy. This is what astrology shows up. Mars is the red planet. Looks like
no,
a pink.
thank you.
That'll get your attention. Who were you talking to?
My imaginary friend. Keep going. My dog.
If you are so displaying your Mars. I make it really simple, said the psychotherapist of 45 years. Everyone's longing to make contact. This place is lonely. It's bizarre. The thing that makes it really fun is orgasms, humor, and really fresh water. I made that part up. But the orgasm, I don't know. I made that up. But
a martini.
A martini. That's water. It starts with, we get born out of an orgasm. Here's an announcement. Everyone listening to this, you all came through an orgasm. Do you ever think of that? You did not. Shay.
No, I never did. But also the first thing that comes to my mind is a lot of people were born from one person, a non-consensual problem.
That's true. It doesn't require 2 orgasms.
Right, but you are right. It is that. That's interesting.
And when you think about that, the entrance of this existence comes through an explosion. And the longing that people have across this entire planet is, please, can I get back to the one, which is through sexuality. Do you know that in French, the word orgasm means small death?
No.
Petite mort. How do you say it? Someone in there knows. So what does it mean to have a small orgasm? No, that's not right. To have a small death, therefore have an orgasm. You let go of your ego entirely in exchange for what? Pleasure. You let go of your ego. You're an animal. You're crazy pants. And that moment, and you find this amazing experience of union at best. Not always true.
Yeah.
But it's such a great question. You're asking such a great question, Scorpio. What is the nature of the human condition that we long for intimacy? With that same thing with astrology. See me, touch me, tell me I exist. Tell me you really get me.
Yeah.
And that's why I love you, because you are an X-ray machine. When you go into, I watch your little Geiger count. You go into people, you scan, you come back out, and then if I'm lucky, you'll whisper to me what you just got.
By in, she's not meaning that I am intimate with all of those people. Yeah, I think, yes. I think that one of my gifts for sure is being able to read people in a kind of specific way. And we all have our different gifts, right? And that's something that you also were able to help me by looking at my chart and helping me learn how to read my own chart through your school, because she's an amazing astrology school that I've actually taken the course of, and
it's on sale right now. It's 60% off this week because people want to, because they want to study it. We have one more day, so if anyone wants to buy it, it's called Interview. We discounted it ridiculously because people are at home and you study it alone at home. I got an idea. Why don't you study your chart?
Yeah. Okay, wait. Someone just said, can you go through the Mars signs then? I don't think that really makes sense. It's more, right?
It does.
Okay, go ahead.
You know why? Because let's go back. Because we are all longing for contact. Do we agree on that one?
Yes.
Yes, we're desperate for it.
Desperate. 7 weeks. 7 weeks, no human contact. I am desperate for it. God almighty.
So that is Mars energy. It is
Mhm.
the pursuit of the male. The Mars symbol looks like a circle with the penis sticking out. Isn't that interesting? And it's the, yes, I'm telling
Also known as an arrow.
you. Okay, also, she's correcting me. So Mars has an arrow that looks like a thing sticking out. How about that? And it rules the planet. It describes the planet that wants contact at all costs. So it's a great question. So if Mars is in Aries, if you were born from Mars in Aries, you fight with people to make contact. Like you love that edgy thing. I'm trying to think, Shailene, where's your Mars? It's in Scorpio. I'm Pluto on your sun. Thanks for remembering. Why do I have a memory like that, you
I
ask?
don't know. Honestly, she has not looked at my chart in maybe like 2 years. So
But I
this is
can't
really
sit
funny.
on my purse, which is a big drag right now. Anyway, so if you have Mars in Taurus, we described it earlier, that means your male energy does not want to be pushed. You make contact slowly. And having to make love fast for Mars and Taurus is hell. Mars and Aries is like, let's do a quickie. Mars and Gemini, they have to talk to make contact. These
So
people
Mars is the planet that kind of rules your fire, rules your. I
male.
remember one time you were saying like it's like if you needed to create an army around you, Mars is the planet you'd call upon.
Exactly. He is the leader of the band when it comes to making contact. Let's change it from the army to everyone on this planet is fighting desperately to make contact. And I know, Shailene, for you to not be touched for 7 weeks is unacceptable to your Mars energy. Like that, you're like,
Taking lots of baths.
see, that's because your Mars is in water. Let's go back to the third one, Cancer. We did Gemini. Gemini's talk to make contact. I have Mars in Cancer. You know what I do? I just serve people all day. Like I take the vitamins and I think I'm driving them nuts. I keep wanting to bring them food. Like I remember when you stayed with me in Hawaii and before you woke up, you were just coming out of a dream and I handed you some water and you were like, oh, because my Mars in Cancer loves to mother.
Yeah.
I can't help myself, but it's a very sensual combination because I cuddle everyone I meet.
You do. You are the ultimate cuddler.
I can't stop touching people. I think I kind of annoy them there too. Mars and Leo. Oh my God. I'm going to use my energy to give you so much attraction and so much attention. You're going to want to be with me the whole time. And that is very sexy. Mars and Leo is very sexy as long as they like you. Otherwise, you know who has Mars and Leo? This is not good to say, but it's true. The president has it. So his male energy requires a lot of attention. That's not a bad thing. It's just true.
Yeah.
Mars and Virgo is not the easiest placement because male energy gets nitpicky here, but they are very, very sensual. And they love to be able to make things and fix things, and they like spreadsheets. That's not very sexy.
I mean, it could be very sexy to someone else who also likes spreadsheets.
Yeah, you're so cute. Mars and Virgo is someone that really loves, their sexual energy requires sensuality brought to you by nature, and they have a real appreciation for order.
Mars and Aquarius.
Let's keep going. Mars and Libra. Mars and Libra is the peacemaker at all costs. You've got to talk to them to get them sexy. And they love doing things with you. They're great partners, Mars and Libra, but they like to fight to get close to you. Mars and Scorpio, this is what you have. This is the most intense focused planet. The placement that Mars likes to be the best, because he's got that little arrow sticking out, but so does Scorpio. I'm not going to say penis. But they have this, two of them both have an arrow sticking out. Why does it, Shailene?
What?
I'm not built for the Aquarian era. I'm just getting everything wrong today.
No, what are you talking about? You're still here. You're smashing it.
I am?
Yes.
But why does my phone telling me it has problems?
It's got problems.
I'm fixing it right now. Okay, listen, Mr. Plug, you're in okay, now just stay right there. You're so happy. Okay. Mars and Scorpio is what you have, and I've seen it in action. The most intense focus. Single focus, Mars and Scorpio. When you put your attention on something, that's all you've got. I remember watching you and I'd be like, if I talk to her right now, she's not going to hear me.
It's true.
And it was true.
It's like mad amounts of discipline. Like if I have to do something, I can do it till the cows go home.
The most exalted position, Mars in Scorpio. Mars in Sagittarius. Wild people who are so loud and blunt and they bump into things and their sexual energy is a little awkward because they just want to go outside and work out first.
Mars and Sag?
Yeah, it's so feisty. It's passion. Hot. You like hot. Mars in Capricorn, the most profound manifesting energy on the zodiac of all 12 signs, and very, very long sustained sexual appetite for making connection. But you have to be loyal to this energy. God forbid you don't play by the rules with Mars and Capricorn. They'll be committed to you, but you better play straight and narrow. Rough.
I know that one.
Yes, you do. Mars in Aquarius. Mars in Aquarius. It's happening right now in the heavens as we speak today. Mars is in Aquarius. It is saying to people, excuse me, I am not following. And it's kinky. It's open-minded, bisexual, not sexual, green light, red light, men and women, who cares? Mars in Aquarius is open to sexual preferences that do not get limited to someone telling them what to do. And Mars in Pisces, the last one. These are people that live in another world. Their male energy is inside of a mystical door that has unicorns. So it's just not the normal world. I'm just going to say Mars and Pisces gets a little confused sometimes, and they feel bad about it.
Wait, what does that mean?
Well, like they're sexually, like they have a hard time being normal. Unicorns.
But what is normal? Yeah. So basically they have an easy time being themselves.
That's a much better way to put it. Oh my God, that was so good. I like your way.
So somebody just asked, how do you find out like what your Mars is and all that? You can go to like astro.com. There's a lot of different astrology sites. You just need to know the time you were born, the place you were born, and that's it. And it'll give you an entire download of your chart, and you can find out where all the placements are.
Or I will put it in, if you buy a book from me, I'll put it in the book, your chart. I print it out. When you order the book, I stick it in the book, I mail it to you, and then you go Mars, and you read it.
But you should clarify that you do that when people order on your website, not on Amazon.com.
See, she's like details.
Because I don't think that Amazon is going to do your
No, they will. No,
I think they're a little bit busy trying to get themselves paid better, considering that the person that owns Amazon is not doing that. Anyway, we're not going to go there. Okay, really quick, because then we got to wrap this up because I got to go pee. Is there anything else that you want to share about the stars in the sky right now?
I just want to say one thing important to all of you. Take a breath. Have patience as you breathe out. This is not by mistake, said the elder. We knew this was coming. We didn't know it was a pandemic, but we knew we had to stop. Please, please celebrate the revisiting of a new world with Saturn and Aquarius coming soon to your neighborhood. We're not going to be the same people. Please promise me we're not going to repeat the old story and go backwards. Promise, Shay?
Oh, I promise. By the way, the backwards wasn't working for anyone. Everyone was suffering. There's the injustice, the inequality, the imbalance of our world has been so gnarly. We have only one choice, and that choice is to go forward. And let's please just fucking do it with responsibility and accountability and kindness and compassion and love. It's not hippie shit. It's the real shit. It's what we have to do for our children, you know? Anyway, you ride that dolphin into the sunset. Can you show it to us one more time?
I'm sitting on the poor guy. He's kind of feeling a little sad. I'm sorry.
And guys, another, okay, wait, before we go, I wanted to say some cool stories. I got this email update. You can see the Himalayas for like the first time in forever in India right now. Hawaii, no one is allowed to go there anymore, which is incredible, which means those islands get to just, it makes me so happy that there's time for rejuvenation and that the indigenous Hawaiians have some breathing room to not constantly have tourists coming in and out. New Zealand as well is about to shut down their airports, which is incredible because that means that they're sustaining their own ecosystem and community. What else? I read there's 2 little boys in China who got reconnected after being apart for 6 months or 5 months. I read some good things this morning. There's a few of them that I remember. And you should go to Cardi B's Instagram because on her live, she did a live last night with Bernie Sanders, and whether you like the guy or you don't like the guy, y'all gotta watch Cardi B interviewing Bernie Sanders because that shit is everything. And if you know her, I want to be her best friend, so hook it up. Okay, I think that's everything. Yeah.
You are so funny.
Weird.
That was everything brought to you by Deborah Silverman. Go to my Instagram, Shailene Woodley. We are on her Instagram, and know that we're not alone.
Mm-mm.
And that's why we have these funny phones in our hand.
Yeah, we're not alone. And know that, If you need some good reading right now, this
What
is
does
what
it
I
say?
recommend.
What does it say?
Milk and honey. Oh, you guys, it's just the best. I'm going to read you one poem and then we're going to go. Okay. Let's see. If he can't help but degrade other women when they're not looking, if toxicity is central to his language, he could hold you in his lap and be soft. Honey, that man could feed you sugar and douse you in rose water, but that still could not make him sweet, if you want to know the type of man he is. I love her so much. Okay, guys, have a good one. Happy Wednesday. Aloha. Bye.
Bye.